What's up, crazies? My name's Jessie and welcome back to my channel! Hey guys, it's me again. I'm sorry I have been absent for so long. I know it's been a long time. As you might have noticed, my background is different. That's because I moved recently, and that's why I haven't been able to produce as frequently as I used to. But now I plan on doing that again, and you can look forward to many videos that you will hopefully enjoy. So this week, it's time for another Crazeful's Coffee Corner! Where I make myself a cup of coffee and tell you a story from my life. Enjoy!
So enough with this introduction, I'm going to be telling you all some of my school stories.
So one time, a teacher of mine took a test with him on his vacation. While he was sitting at the beach correcting the test, he thought, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go and get myself a drink. But then, when he came back, all of the tests were gone because there was wind. Then we had to rewrite the test. That was very great. And I was extremely happy about that. Another time when we had a substitute teacher in math, he wanted us to draw the overhead projector, but not like normal, just the way it was. No, he wanted us to draw it upside down. So he took this overhead projector and turned it upside down, and then what happened was the glass that's in this projector fell out of the projector and broke. And then he looked at the person in the first row and he was like, why didn't you catch it when it was falling? Like, seriously. Also in 7th grade, I had a math teacher. I don't know why she wanted to be a teacher, but firstly, she did not really know the material very well, which is also, I think, a reason why I was always bad at maths, because my teachers were just never good. She looked like Kristen Stewart. She always looked like she was high, but she was really pretty. But she just looked like she was high all the time. I don't know. I had a class where there were I think 30 students and only 9 of them were girls. And there was puberty happening because it was 7th or 8th grade. In my school, it was just custom to always get up and greet the teacher, and then you would all sit down and start the lesson. And so this teacher, I don't know how she thought that would be effective, but what we do is we would stand up and she would just look at us and wait until it was quiet. But since we had so many boys in this class, we literally stood there for 30 minutes or 40 minutes with just staring at her, and the guys would just do whatever, and we would just stand through the whole class not doing anything. So maybe that's why I was a brilliant student in math, because what I learned was stare until they're quiet. So as you might have noticed, I wear glasses, and in fact, I have a very, very bad eyesight, I'm legally blind. And when I was going through puberty, my eyesight would just drastically get worse and worse. Every 6 months, I would need new glasses, new prescription. When I had gym class and swimming, I had this one woman. She was an interesting person. She hated students, especially girls. She would always tell me, why don't you just use contact lenses? Or why don't you just get those goggles with prescription in them? Firstly, those goggles are hella expensive. Secondly, my prescription changed so drastically and so quickly that I would have needed new contact lenses or new goggles every 6 months, so it didn't make any sense. So I did not see anything in swimming class. In the hall, there were seats on the one end and seats on the other end, and we students would sit on this side, and she would show us what the exercises were on the other side of the room, and I couldn't see anything that she was doing. And then she would always scream at me why I did it the wrong way. And I was just while she was showing the students what to do, I was just help! I need somebody! Help! Anybody! Another very peculiar teacher I had was my 7th and 8th German teacher, who always talked very weird because she had this thing on her throat that just like made it like swollen and stuff, so her voice sounded like this. In this German class, I had one student that would stutter all the time, especially when he was reading. What she would do is she would always let him read, and then the moment he started to stutter, she would scream at him like, "If you don't stop stuttering, I will fail you. End of discussion." And also I had another student in my class who would always look up when he was like thinking and processing stuff. When she did pop quizzes, he would always be like looking at the ceiling. And then she would also scream at this guy like, "If you don't stop looking at the ceiling, I'm gonna give you an F. The next time you look up, I'm gonna call your parents." So that was very encouraging for both of the students to do their best. She also told my parents that your daughter will never be good in German. She will fail her A-levels. She will not make it. In the end, I had a pretty good grade in my A-levels. Teachers don't know everything, and grades do not define who you are and what you can do. Right, Doreen?
Right.
She's eating. She's eating all my cereal.
You tried that.
All my cereal. Seriously?
Seriously.
Hey, Doreen. Do you know what?
What?
You ruler. Take it.
Let me be your ruler.
Speaking of rulers, my sister once had a teacher who came in class very sad, and he set down his briefcase and he was like, "Today, something really stupid happened to me." So, you know, I was teaching a class and then I wanted to show them something on the board, and I took this huge ruler, you know, those huge ones they have for chalkboards, and so I took it and I was like, "There, look, right here." And as he did that, he smacked it against the chalkboard, and no, not the ruler broke, but the chalkboard broke, and that's exactly what happened to him in the other class. So that teacher broke 2 chalkboards in one day. Yay! The other story involving a ruler is this one. So my 6th grade English teacher was a very peculiar person. She did not really know how to control a class, so what she would do is like whistle with like her fingers, like I can't do that, but like really loud, so we would all go deaf. And what she would also do, because the whistling did not really do anything, she would take a ruler, a wooden ruler, and she would smack it onto the table, and then the ruler broke. Then she brought in a new ruler, also made out of wood, and she did the same, and it broke again. And the third time she came in with, hold your horses, a brand new ruler in her hand, made out of iron. That ruler did not break. It made a hell of a noise. The only downside of this wonderful ruler was that she hit the table so hard that it had huge holes in it, and after the school year, they had to replace the teacher's desk with a new one. Good job. I'm going to stop now. I love you, Doreen.
I love you too.
So
Most of the time.
Most of the time, except when you talk like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more of me, feel free to follow me. Feel free to follow me on my social media. All the links are down below. This girl is an amazing photographer, and I love her dearly. And if you want to see really cool, amazing photography, go check her out, Manny Footage, on Instagram, link down below. And you have yourself a nice week, and good luck in school. Stay in school, kids. It's important, right?
No.
This is supposed to be family friendly. You can't tell them not to stay in school.
But school.
School's cool.
No.
Be blessed. See you next week.
Bye.
We're gonna cuddle now.
Rafi! Rafi! He's my best friend. Sorry, Leah. Oh, and sorry, Jessie.
I'm not important. I'm gonna leave.
Bye, Jessie.